Oh, viewers, my dream has come true. I shouldn't be driving this, viewers. I'm being naughty, but I don't care because this is Contingency Reviews and this is a 2020 Fiat Tipo Saloon 1.4 Street. Those of you who are more familiar with my channel will know that I have been trying to drive one of these cars since late 2019, and here we are at the joint Lloyd Vehicle Consulting and Planet Auto social event at the Lakeland Motor Museum, and someone has brought a Fiat Tipo Saloon. If you don't know why I'm so excited, viewers, let me put this into context for you. The Fiat Tipo Saloon is one of the rarest cars of the last 5 years. They only imported it, I think, for about 7 months to this country, and they only actually marketed 2 models, the Egea and the Street. This is the Street, which is the higher spec one of the two. It's not really high spec, to be honest, at all, but you know, it's better than the Easy model. And at one point there was a special offer on the Fiat Tipo Saloon. You could buy one for under £10,000 brand new. I did a walk around of one of these cars at a dealership in Basingstoke in early 2020, but here we are. This car has done 1,100 miles. Not 11,000, it's done 1,100 miles. This is lower mileage than press cars would have been. I'm not sure there even were any Tipo Saloon press cars. I'm not sure I ever saw any reviews in the press for this. The Wikipedia page says that these were not imported into Britain because of low demand. Well, they were, because I'm actually driving one, viewers. The modern Tipo was introduced in our market in 2016, and that was only the 5-door hatchback and the estate models. The engines available are this 1.4 fire engine, in all capitals, with 95 horsepower. It's a bit slow, to be honest with you. It's not very fast. This engine would be far more at home in something like a Fiat 500, and in fact that's, you know, where it was, although this, due to emissions regulation, is a bit powered down from 100 horsepower it used to have in things like the 500 and also the Fiat under 100 HP. There was also a turbo version of this engine with 120 horsepower. That's been the one I'd probably go for in the pre-facelift Tipos. And then, bizarrely, this 1.6 auto with 110 horsepower that was a distant relative of the old Tritec engine that used to go into the R50 Mini. There are also some diesels available, but as usual, due to controversial government legislation and all kinds of other reasons, we don't talk about diesels on this channel. Cannot believe, viewers, that after all this time I'm going to be examining in depth this Fiat Tipo Saloon. As you know, I did a walk around of one of these cars about 2.5 years ago at a dealership in Basingstoke, but they wouldn't let me drive it. So as you know, I've just had a little go, and well, let's before my excitement actually diminishes, have a look inside and see what we can find. This car is absolutely immaculate, by the way. It is in perfect condition. But one thing that strikes you with these Tipo Saloons that were imported over to this country in 2019, 2020 is just how stripped out they feel. This being the Street, there are 16-inch black alloy wheels on this car, but inside there's just kind of nothing really. Compared with something like I say at Toledo Mark IV, it's a very, very basic car. No rear armrest, nothing like that. Although there's a weird thing with a ship's anchor on it here. I presume it's to do with the folding rear seats. The Tipo, of course, though, was a proper saloon rather than a big sort of hatchback like the Toledo was. So they are a little bit different in that way. And you could get a normal Tipo hatchback as well as an estate. Headroom is a little bit tighter than I thought. My head's actually brushing the ceiling, and I'm only about 5'11", so you're taller than that, but might not be for you. Also, we've got these covers. Does this mean the covers actually come off? Answer in the comments section, viewers. I don't know if that means they come off or not. No rear mat pockets or anything like that. No rear door bins. Just acres and acres and acres of just quite cheap and hard scratchy plastic. At one point you could buy the Easy model, which was the one below this, for under £10,000 brand new, and certainly you can tell this car's built down to a price. The higher trim models are a bit nicer than this. I have actually sat in a higher trimmed estate, but it's also got these really weird kind of ways of securing the seatbelts. That's very, very, very strange. I don't know why it's like that. Loads of airbags. So I think this car did get a good rating on the Euro NCAP crash test. So that's one reassuring thing. But yeah, there's just not really an awful lot to say. You do get a separate courtesy light for the rear passengers. You do have some grab panels, although they aren't damped, are they? They're not damped at all. Getting out and out's actually quite easy. That's quite an easy car to get to exit and enter. Let's try the driver's seat, shall we? Look at the luxury trim that we have on this street model. That presumably might be for some kind of electric adjustment, which you don't get in this car. Oh well, never mind. At least you do get 4 electric windows in here and electric mirrors and cruise control. Although no parking sensors or anything like that, so I'm going to have to be careful when I manoeuvre this. And yeah, these stalks, not the best, viewers. This radio, well, it's just a radio. There's nothing really exciting about it at all. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth, and we do have some cruise control action going on, which is nice. Here are the phone controls, but even on this model, there's just loads of things that are missing. I'm sure in other countries the Tipo Saloon was available with more equipment, but this is all we got. There's nothing else. There's your handbrakes on. Yeah, there we go. Let's put that there. 6-speed manual with a 1.4 normally aspirated engine. It's the only thing you could get, really. This dashboard is a little bit too shiny for me. I don't know why it's so shiny. I don't really understand why it needs to be. That is unusual. We do have a little button for popping the boot, which is exciting. In fact, we'll take a look at the boot in a while. We also have a city button to making the power steering lighter than it actually needs to be. And headlamp light adjustment. Oh, we get tyre pressure monitoring. That's nice and safe, isn't it? Not much to say about these door cards and door bins. Again, just acres and acres of hard, scratchy plastic. But if you are going to only pay £10,000 for this car brand new, then that's really what you should be expecting. Same ignition bell, I think, as a Fiat 500. Might get the secret documents out in a little while and take a look and see if they fit in. It might do. And they've got this, a sensor armrest. How posh is that? Can I actually get this open, or is that just stuck there? Oh, viewers! Got problems. Right. 1 second. Right, so what I can understand is that goes forward and goes back. For me, that's going to go back, because otherwise it gets in the way of me changing gear, putting on my handbrake. Normal heating ventilation, idiot-proof, really. Not really a lot to say. I think the one below this did not get aircon, so maybe you want to go for the street, and if you don't like the black alloy wheels, just change them for something else. Okay, I'll just take a pause here whilst I put the key in, because it's in my other hand. Wow. Important, keep your eyes on the road. Certain features are limited while vehicle is moving. Let's turn that off. We don't want any copyright infringement of the ears. It's funny, that screen in the middle of there looks a lot better than that one. I mean, there's not really an awful lot to say. I don't even need to really sort of press the button on ABC. And I'm not going to sing ABC either, viewers, much as some of you want me to sing. we get in trouble for that sort of thing, so we're not saying. The Michael Ball show, eh? Yes, so can we go through these? Yes. Tyre pressure, oil temperature, battery charge, service information. There's your audio, DAB radio, how fancy. And alerts, setup. What sort of setup can we do? Can we change things like the doors and the locks and the lights? Automatic door locking. Flashlight while locking. Isn't that interesting? It's easy enough to operate this. You just use these controls just here. Is there anything exciting in here, viewers? The lights. What can we do about the lights? Courtesy lights, on or off? Right, I think we might need those on. Safety and assistance. There should be quite a few things. Brake control. What does that mean? Oh, right. Okay, so that's not actually braking. That's very good. It's got that. Brake control sensitivity. Buzzer volume. 1.4. I wonder what the buzzer does. That's hopefully you don't want to find out. If you're into number stations, you know what the buzzer is in Russia. I will leave it at that. I don't think we get front fog lights. No, they would be there on a higher spec model, possibly the hatch or something. Right, well, there's not an awful lot to say, viewers. Let's take a look at this engine. So this is it, viewers. It's a version of the old fire engine, but dates back to 1985. These engines actually, in recent years, have become very reliable units. As long as you change the camber on a regular basis and make sure you service it, they're actually very hardy. This was the only option in the Tipo Saloon in this country. 95 brake horsepower, normally aspirated 1.4 engine. That was it, nothing else. It looks reasonably easy to work on this actually. The gearbox is just down there, of course. There's a bit of room at the front of here. It's not too bad. I mean, I think the largest engine you get in these was a 1.8 in the hatchback version. This being the Saloon, this is all it was. Styling's not too bad. The contemporary Tipo is only sold in one body style. This is a 5-door hatchback. But I don't think this looks bad at all. I think it's actually quite a nice looking car. It just could do with a few extra bits, which we didn't get because the Fiat importers didn't think we needed them. There we are, viewers. Managed to pop the boot, and what a boot it is. I think it's about 500 litres or something. So you can fold the seats all the way kind of down there. I think it's probably best doing it from the inside. But if we lift up the carpet, what do we have? A full-size spare wheel. Oh, viewers. It's in showroom condition, this car. The owner just absolutely lavishes care on this. It's so perfect. Right. Now we can have another trip out. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Of course it fits, viewers. Yes. So yes, the only gearbox and engine option in this car was this 1.4 normally aspirated engine with a 6-speed manual. After the facelift, I think it was early 2021 for the Tipo, they reduced the range to, I think, just the 5-door hatchback. It looks a bit more like a SUV or something like that. And that's got a brand new engine. It's a 1 litre 3-cylinder Firefly engine with, I think, about the same power as the 1.4 turbo, about 120 horsepower. But that looks very different. I think it's about to get another upgrade to a sort of hybrid or mild hybrid engine. From what I understand, it's quite difficult to find information about these Tipos in this country. There's not an awful lot, particularly the Tipo Saloon, which was just chronically under-marketed. I don't know actually what happened, but I think there were some ones destined for Republic of Ireland or something, and they needed to take some extra production capacity or something. I don't really know. Certainly they weren't the sort of priority at the time for Fiat, and they almost sort of ashamed of these. But wow, I am a happy man. It drives okay. It's slow, but road manners is absolutely fine. It's nothing special or anything like that. But steering's okay. The city mode makes the steering way too light, of course. But it's quite nice. I quite like it, viewers. Well, I don't know why that's a surprise to any of you, but I like it, and I'm so grateful to have had a go in one of these. So viewers, the rare Fiat Tipo Saloon, should you buy one of these cars? Depends who you are. If you're the sort of person like me, then, well, yes, because it's the best thing ever. For most of you, maybe not. There are other alternatives to this car that probably fulfilled the brief a little bit better in some ways. But this car's held its value very well. It's probably worth about the same as the owner paid for it, actually, in 2020, because of all the stupid second-hand car prices. And this car is just immaculate. I can't emphasise how nice it is. So I'm so thankful to be able to have a go in this, and thank you for watching this episode of Contingency Reviews. I don't know when we're next going to be able to do one of these, but yes, I hope so